Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I am doing my ranking of all my Power Rangers movies that I've seen, and these are feature length movies with one exception, which we'll get to in just a little bit. Now, of course, I'm including Once and Always because that is almost feature length, and so yeah, I'm really excited. So, number 6 is Power Rangers Crush of the Red Rangers. Now, I don't really like this movie. Which is weird because you get my favourite Ranger team of all time, well, one of them at least, which is the Samurai team. Get them in a movie with the Red RPM Ranger and Jaden and the RPM Ranger, and they get along. And it's the most bland Power Rangers movie you'll ever see. There are some interesting stuff, like some interesting action sequences and some interesting stuff that happens in that movie, but overall, it's like the weakest out of the Power Rangers movies for me. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you didn't grow up with that movie, you will not like it. As someone who grew up with Samurai and Megaforce and that sort of stuff, I liked the Power Rangers Samurai portion of the movie, but I didn't like like for some reason the story in that movie was just not that great. So that's why it comes in at number 6 for me. Number 5 is Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Now this is a step above. There are things that they do better than. I want to say 3 of these movies are higher than it, but overall it has some great special effects, like when you see the teleporting when Tommy, Adam, Nakia, and Kat need to go to the command center. You see an amazing, like, movie quality flash, and it's so cool. Way better than the 95 movie, which we'll get to in a minute. Overall, it's just an extended version of the show. It's one of those things where it's like, if you didn't, like I said with Crush of the Red Rangers, if you didn't like it, if you didn't grow up with it, you didn't like it, and you wouldn't like it. So it's one of those things where it's like, there are things in it that are great. Like, obviously, JDF is great as the Red Ranger, and also the storyline of Jason, the Blue Ranger. So I really, really like that. I like this movie. There are things that it does great, but I think overall it kind of goes down on my Power Rangers rankings. Surprisingly. And then number 4 is Power / Rangers, the fan film. The reason why it's at number 4 for me and not necessarily like down below is because it does some interesting stuff. Even though that it's not necessarily what Power Rangers is to all of us, like it deals with drugs and it deals with I think that the drugs thing is crazy, and I haven't seen the R cut, but apparently the the rated R cut also deals with sex. So there's stuff that in it that makes it not Power Rangers. But when you look at the opening few shots, like that first bit where they're all like running into battle with the guns and stuff, and you see the Megazords fighting and stuff, that was so cool to me, and I was like, wow, that is so cool. And like the fact that Rocky is interrogating Kat, and then at the end, after Kimberly gives this whole backstory, the fact that Tommy breaks into where they're hiding, and then Kimberly turns into Rita Repulsa, and then Tommy goes towards the screen, I'm like, that is a Power Rangers movie. Even though that there are things that you would have probably done differently, I think that they got some interesting things about Power Rangers right in that movie, and I think that that's really cool to me. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, some people don't like it because it doesn't do what Power Rangers does, but you don't really need to. It's one of those things where it's like, you need to take it serious, and because again, the reason I like Power Rangers is because that there are a lot of cool, interesting things to make it a cool franchise, and there is a way to do it to make it modern and to make it not seem ridiculous. So yeah, that's why I have the fan film at number 4. At number 3, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from 1995. Now, this movie it's steps above the TV series. I love the TV series, but if you wanted me to choose between the series and the movie, I would go the movie because it's an hour, so then I don't have to deal with bloody 44 hours or whatever of the series where you have 3 seasons of it. And also, it does massive upgrades. Like, the theme song is an upgrade, the suits are an upgrade, the command center is an upgrade. It's all these things that, like, make Power Rangers modern in a way that you would never really expected, really. Because, like, they even made new helmets for the models, and, like, models of the helmets, and, movie quality suits, and that sort of stuff, and, like, yeah, sure, you can say that the CG is terrible in that movie when you get the whole Zord fight and stuff, but I think that there are some good things in there. Some real good things in there. And I think it's one of those things where it's just like, you can go like, oh, this was a terrible movie, but there are some really, really good things that make them step above the series. Whether if it's the soundtrack, whether if it's the suits, whether if it's the command center, like, there are things in that movie that you're just like, wow, this is leaps and bounds better than the series. So that's why I have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, at number 3. And number 2, I have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. Yes, the reason why I have it this high is because, like I explained in my review, this is something that we never would have expected from Power Rangers. To see Walter back with Kat and Billy and Rocky and Annamai in each show. Never thought that you would see them on screen together, ever. The dark story it takes where they kill off Trini and the way that Mim needs to deal with that. And that just gives us something in Power Rangers that we never expected before. Like, you watch Once and Always, and then you watch these other movies, maybe besides the fan film and the 2017 movie, which we'll get to in a minute. You're just like, none of these are really serious storylines, and they don't really, like, grab the emotion with you as much. But this one does. And the way that they do, like, this is the way to do a reunion special. And the fact that you see the original 6 Rangers, or 5 Rangers, because Billy's already there, teleport to save Billy. It's just so cool. And hearing, like, even if it's just voice clips from past episodes of Kimberly, Jason, and Tommy going like, Dragon Sword, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus. And then in that fight, you also hear the line from Dimensions in Danger where he goes into the Green Ranger in Dimensions in Danger and he goes like, time to finish. And Ray's like, you're the one who's finished. I think that is really cool, and seeing that on Netflix especially, and seeing them have that Netflix budget and having the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers have better quality CG. It does feel modern Power Rangers with a little bit of the CG, but it's better CGI than what they did in 95. So I give them full credit for that. And I love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. So, but of course my number 1 is Power Rangers 2017, and I love this movie. I think it's my favorite Power Rangers movie. I think that none of these Power Rangers movies have really nailed on the head what Power Rangers is to me. But I think Power Rangers 2017 came the closest. For the first 2 acts, we have a huge character study of all these Rangers, and by the 3rd act, you get the final battle. And I think it's also one of those things because my dad doesn't really like the Power Rangers, but you want him to watch a Power Rangers movie, he would probably sit through the 2017 one because it reminds him of the Bay Turtles or the Marvel movies or even the DC movies. And to me, Power Rangers 2017 is one of those movies that's like, you get great performances from obviously Naomi Scott, Becky G, and RJ Cyler, and also Dacre Montgomery, Ludi Lynn, and Bryan Cranston, and Elizabeth Banks. I think that there's things in that movie that make it, like, obviously, not just a great movie, but a great Power Rangers movie. you get to deep dive into things that you never see in a Power Rangers series or movie ever. And you get to explore that with that team of Power Rangers who are probably maybe one of my favourite Power Rangers teams as the 2017 team. And I really, really like this movie. So, guys, that's my list of Power Rangers movies and how I would rank them. Let me know how you would rank them in the comments below. So, guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe, also the little bell icon to get notified of future videos I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.